Fragrances for Life 2024. I made one of these videos a couple years ago, I don't remember when, but I figure I might as well do a new one. New year, might as well do another one. So I've compiled a list of fragrances that I think are just really, really great. You know, like fragrance. If I had to pick like 5 fragrances for the rest of my life, these are going to be it. And as always, all the fragrances I mentioned will be available down in the Amazon associate links down in the description below. I'm going to start with one I cannot get enough of, which is Oud Satin Mood. Now, this is perhaps my #1 favorite. I just love this one. Whenever I bring it up, I always have to say something good about it because it's just a delicious mixture of oud, obviously, and then Turkish rose. There's some other notes in there, but those are the main 2 that really stand out. I think oud is a very attractive note. Now, this is actually a unisex option. Some people say oud is more of a masculine note, others say it's more feminine or unisex. I think it's generally a pretty unisex option, especially when you blend it with some other things like this one does. It's just very pleasant. The oud gives this a kind of warm muskiness, and then the rose comes in, balances it out, adds a little touch of sweetness to it, not too much, very natural smelling. I just like the musk that it has, the musk and the woodsiness. So it's kind of a mysterious type of fragrance. At least I think so. It's like one of those smoldering, like cabaret, you know, I don't know, sort of fragrances. So very attractive, really good for the evening or cold weather. It definitely warms it up for cold weather. But yeah, this is a great option. It is kind of expensive, but definitely worth the price and really good longevity, like 8 to 9 hours. So, you know, you can't go too wrong with that one. Then, if oud is not on the menu, maybe it's too strong for the occasion, you need something lighter, but not too light, then I would say Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede. This is one that I've tried more recently, and it's really, really nice. So it has obviously the peony, the suede, the suede, but it also has red apple. The red apple gives it a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of crispness. The peony comes in, a little bit more natural sweetness, kind of a breezy smell to it, and the suede comes in and gives it this beautiful leatheriness, this ruggedness. This is unisex. It kind of starts out feminine and then becomes masculine. It kind of goes back and forth like that, but it's phenomenal. I really like how the peony gives it that little bit of sweetness, then the suede. The suede becomes stronger and stronger the more it kind of settles down into the skin, and it becomes really rugged, but it still holds on to that peony note. It's just a delightful fragrance, especially if you like leathery type of fragrances. Yeah, this is a very versatile option. Again, it's unisex, and it's long-lasting as well. Kind of one of those 8-hour type of fragrances. So it'll definitely last most of the day. You know, the suede starts to calm down after a few hours, so it's not so strong. Yeah, then you get this just nice mix of apple, peony, and the leather. But definitely very unique. I haven't smelled anything that smells very similar to this. It does that kind of just interesting mix of the florals and the leather. But definitely a good option there. Then, for something very, really fresh, then I would say Guerlain Iris Torréfié, Burnt Iris. I think that's what it means, burnt iris, I'm pretty sure. This is I love iris. This is one of the best iris notes, or iris fragrances that I've come across. It's surprisingly strong, not too strong, more of a 5-hour fragrance, but definitely good for occasions where you need to wear something a little bit fresher. So either hot weather or you just want to smell more clean and fresh. This is definitely kind of a springtime type of fragrance, kind of nice and breezy. It reminds you of a garden or something. Has some green notes in it, has the iris, obviously. And the iris is very strong, which I like, because sometimes notes like that, they're put in the background. You don't get too much of them, but they put iris here in the front and center, so you get the full-blown experience of this iris note. So it's very attractive, very feminine. And just something that's nice to wear if you don't want to wear something that's really heavy, you know. Again, this is kind of a warm weather type of fragrance. Then, maybe this is too light for the occasion. Then, going for something almost completely the opposite, Tobaccolor. I love Tobaccolor. Some people are kind of iffy on tobacco notes, but I think this one does it really well. It's a very smooth type of tobacco, which is nice. Sometimes tobacco notes are too strong and you just don't want to smell them anymore. But this is a nice, smooth tobacco. Kind of like, I don't know, you smell like a cigar in the distance, you know, that nice, unique, warm smell. This is definitely a nice, mysterious type of fragrance, very kind of sultry, definitely an evening fragrance and or a winter fragrance. I mean, because it is really, really warm. You would not want to wear this in hot weather. In general, this is one of Dior's really high quality fragrances. It's like $300, but definitely worth the money. It's really, really nice if you're into tobacco at all, because again, they do it really well. It's not too harsh, it's nice and smooth, and it's just an attractive fragrance all around. But then, going back to leather notes again, I really like this Morning Chess from, where's the name on it? Wilhelm Parfumerie. I think this is a really unique scent. It's more niche, not too many people are really aware of it, but it's primarily a leather scent, but it has a lighter leatheriness than, say, the Jo Malone one. It's not really sweet, it just really focuses on that leather, but has a smoothness to it, so it's not too overwhelming. It's very natural smelling, it kind of has a sunniness to it, a brightness to it, while still being pretty warm and smoldering. Longevity, it's actually a lighter fragrance despite that leather note, so about 5 hours, maybe 6 hours of longevity. It's a little bit above average, but this is a really nice option if you're looking for something leathery and warm, but not super heavy. Because a lot of times those notes are, you know, they get involved and then the whole fragrance is really, really heavy. This, not so much. It manages to incorporate those notes while still being relatively light and smooth, which is a rare thing to do, kind of an uncommon thing. But Morning Chess is definitely an interesting and fun thing to wear. But that is pretty much my list here. Fragrances for Life 2024. If you enjoyed this video, of course, you can leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.